Hi everybody! So I'm making this video to talk about some scary stuff. I would talk about demons and negative entities and psychic attack, all that type of stuff. So I'm not a huge supporter of fear-based wisdom. I'm a huge supporter of let's actually hear the truth about this subject. Let's actually get the solution to the experience. Let's not go screaming and demons! That's not the solution. It really boggles my mind how many people out there, they don't know anything about the spirit realm, but yet they seem to know that we should be afraid of demons. And this is something that we should just project to the world and slather it all over YouTube so other people can know also that they should also be scared of demons. And we should also slather it all over YouTube that anybody who does channeling work, they must be channeling a demon, because a human being wouldn't have a freaking clue the difference between what an angel feels like and a demon feels like. Right? There's so much I can say on this topic. I've had personal experiences with this. I've also do this work for a living. So I also have the pleasure of interacting with these consciousness. I call them consciousness. Are they entities? Are they demons? What are they exactly? I call them consciousness. And it's interesting how many different variations of consciousness that is a reflection of why this is happening, to why people have these types of experiences. Even ego can become like a demon as well. Even ego, when it gets really put into a corner and starts shivering and shaking, it will lash out and it start to reflect what is a negative entity or demon type experience. But really, you're going through sort of a death and a rebirth in your life, and your ego's freaking out on you, and you're starting to have kind of an attack experience. When really you just need to be at peace and in balance and know that you are the light, that you are the power. No spiritual entity, no spiritual anything has power over you. It's unfortunate because Hollywood movies really make it out like evil spirits are more powerful than love, than a human being with a loving heart. That they're more powerful than angels, that they're more powerful than the universe. Are evil spirits more powerful than the universe, do you think? Do you think evil spirits can possess you and make you do things that you don't want to do? Because if you think that, then yes, they can. That's the problem. The problem is you think that they can do that. So now you create a doorway and you say, I think they can do that. And now you just let it happen. That's really disappointing to me. That's not you saying no. There isn't an evil spirit in this infinite universe that has power over me. There's not a spirit. There's not an evil spirit. The thing about evil spirits that most people forget is that they're spirits too. And what I discover time and time again about evil spirits is that they are broken souls. And oftentimes they have past lives, just like we do. They're living in an infinite universe with so many different dimensions of experience, and they too are on a learning journey. And some part of that learning journey, they had some terrifying, monumentally horrendous past life experience that totally broke them. And from there, they started to incarnate and experience the broken record. And on the broken record, instead of overcoming it with love, they succumb to the twisted version of love. We don't realize that even incarnate souls are spirits as well. So even my soul right now can be an angel helping people on the other side of this planet, while simultaneously also being, a Palladian being, while simultaneously also being in some other universe. Okay, voice and video catching up. We don't realize how infinite our souls are and infinitely doing things that our souls are. I'm not just Abbey. I'm not just in this now moment. I'm in many now moments. Part of my now experience is also intertwined with all the experience that I've had up until this point, and echoing into experiences that I will have in the future or are already having in the future. That's the weird thing about it. I'm only consciously aware of this moment right now, but yet my consciousness is split into all times, places, locations. I don't know exactly how to keep up with that reality, so I just don't. This video will not keep up with me, dang it. I'm pausing it. So, when it comes to demons, you have to look at them as like babies thrown in a dumpster. They're crying for help. And in the process of crying for help, they're going to make you feel as miserable and as twisted and as jacked up as they feel because they're dumpster babies. Because nobody loved them. Because in some past life, their parents were abusive, nightmare, alcoholic bastards that tied them up with a rope, fucked their brains out in the ass, and did really sick and twisted things to them because they too were broken in some past lifetime. So broken begets broken begets broken begets broken. We already know this in our human reality. We already know how, kids that are sexually abused end up becoming sexual abusers. And it's a very hard cycle to get out of, even for souls, because those souls have to incarnate again and again and learn about love and find a way to overcome that. Is it their fault or is it their learning? Is it everybody's fault or is it everybody's learning? Demons are a part of the incarnate experience, just like we are. Just like we are. And when they feel vulnerable and they see there's something about you that is in balance with their own vulnerability, they become teachers. Either they become the student of what we share as love, and now they either become transformed by love or they get away, or you become their student and now you learn about fear and you become broken by fear the way they were broken by love. And then what do? This experience spans so many different avenues. So many different avenues. Because people are psychic. People can hear voices in their heads. People can hear beings, entities, consciousnesses from all over the infinite universe. But why that consciousness and why you? How come all the other human beings are not talking to that same consciousness? How come you and that consciousness are connected? That's an interesting question, don't you think? So, I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm exploring the best way to talk about this subject because I don't even know where to begin to talk about it. Do I make a video to just talk about the different types of experiences you can have and how you overcome it? Do I talk about what demons are? Do I talk about why they exist? Do I talk about why you shouldn't be afraid of them? Do I talk about all this stuff in this video? People really do not believe me when I say you shouldn't be afraid of demons. People think you really should be afraid, and they really think that human beings don't have any power. If you believe human beings have no power, that human beings are powerless, now you can look around and see why we live in the world that we live in today, because we've been manipulated into believing we have no power. We've been manipulated into believing we're pathetic, weak, have no power, and we are under the boot of some force that wants us to be very afraid, just like a demon, because it's scared, because deep down inside of its heart it is very scared, because if it cannot be in control, then it has to break or it has to run away. It has to be transformed by love or it has to continue its pattern somewhere else. And the thing about demons is they're really hungry for attention. Just like bullies. Bullies too want you to notice them. Bullies too want you to be afraid of them. But usually they're the kids that have been in a broken home, the kids that didn't have the right balance. Maybe they weren't born with all the right functioning tools. We don't know, but there's something about bullies and attention that kind of go hand in hand. Demons are kind of like that too. So, what's the best way that you can deal with that type of scenario? First of all, it's a shocker when it happens, and it's scary because it usually happens in the middle of the night, and that's when you're least capable of functioning enough to figure out what the hell is going on. And it could be like a nightly thing. Every single night it happens, and then you start not wanting to go to bed at night. You start wanting to sleep with the light on. You start getting scared. You start not eating. You start getting paranoia. You start developing all these other symptoms from it. So how do you avoid going down that pathway? There's different types of experiences. Some of these experiences you can simply ignore and just, la 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 la, I don't know, la 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 la, I don't hear you, I don't know anything about you, and focus on anything else. Focus on talking about angels. You instantly notice it. Jesus, how are you today? I've been wanting to talk to you all day today. I don't hear you because I'm talking to Jesus right now. And you just keep focusing on that. And every time you create a behavioral pattern that instantly blocks out whatever the negative thing is because you start talking about something positive, eventually the negative thing will go away. Or you just ignore it entirely and just keep going about your day as though it's not there. Are you the type of person where if you hear somebody doing a foghorn in your ear, you would not be able to write a paper? Because there's a foghorn in your ear. Well, now you have to stop and learn how to overcome the foghorn in the ear and still write a paper without it. You could practice this by turning the TV on really, really loud and then focusing on doing something where you actually have to have all of your attention on something other than the sound, other than the television, other than the distraction. It's really easy to actually ignore once you start learning how to do it. Another way to do it is, so how do I, so I'm just trying to think about, so I've had an experience too where there was, I was a little bit stunned to discover there was a demonic energy around me. And he kept looking like a dead bird, like a dead black raven bird. And he himself he looked like kind of like, Addams Family, Fester. He kind of looked like Fester. He is a festering sore too. I mean, he was festering as well. He was like a dirty, broken, diseased bird that was festering. He looked like Fester from Addams Family. Anyway, I was a little bit shocked and wondered, how did you get there? Who are you? Why are you there? So naturally, I start doing my energy work, what I naturally would do to help him be transformed in the light, right? But part of it was me. Part of it was coming from inside of me, something that I haven't worked on, something I haven't fully healed, something that was festering inside myself. And in order to heal it, it manifested itself as what was the projection of a demonic force, when really it was a pain inside of me, a wound within me, something that had happened in my life, in the now. And I was forced to explore that on a microscopic level for an entire week. And I'm telling you, it was emotionally, mentally taxing. It was a little bit startling. I couldn't even believe this was going on with me. But I got over it. So sometimes demons aren't what you think they are. Sometimes it's your body saying, ouch. You have something that hurt really bad, and it's time that you look at it. And once I got to the end of that week, it totally went away, and I felt like totally transformed. Like nothing ever happened. Totally fine again. That's one example of, is it really a demon, or is it your body, your mind, your totality needing you to look at something else? So that does happen. Sometimes the demons are actually inside of us. They're actually reflections of wounds that took place in this lifetime and in previous lifetimes. And sometimes those previous lifetimes could be 1,000 lifetimes ago on some other planet. It could be something crazy. We don't know. We're intertwined in a broken record experience with every single lifetime that we have ever lived. So all the energy that has built up, has been experienced, has been explored in all of these lifetimes is still there. It's still there even in the now. And it's going to still be there in the future. So that's why it's so important that you work on things in the now, as much stuff as you can. You focus on it, you heal it, you let it go into the light, as much stuff as you can. Spirit will either say it is time, you have completed the lesson, or is going to continue on in the next lifetime. We don't know what the balance is going to be. We don't know what the goals of everything are. We're human beings. We're not infinite in the infinite soul consciousness. So we don't always understand every tick of every moment of every day and every person we've ever met, and the super domino effect that takes place from Abbey all the way across to the outer reaches of the universe. I don't understand all that stuff. I couldn't possibly understand all that stuff. I don't want to understand all that stuff, or I'll lose my mind. That's why I don't understand it. That's why I just live every single day as best as I can, as simply as I can, and I just allow myself to feel, to be, and to experience. Demons are not a scary thing, okay? They're part of the learning journey. They're part of the self-discovery journey. And it's a beautiful thing. You have to come to peace with it. You can't attack it back because it's already attacking you. It's like war. Whatever happened, we start a war, the war starts back, everybody dies. So demons attack you, you attack back. Nothing actually is solved. Your partner is yelling at you when deep down inside they're actually hurting because they had a really bad day at work because somebody said something they shouldn't. Now they're taking it all out on you. They're being demonic because they're not choosing to go deep beneath the surface of their behavior to explore why they are reacting that way. They actually need to just admit that they had a weakness today and it really hurt their feelings and I'm kind of ashamed about it and I didn't really know how to tell you because I didn't want you to see how weak I am. So even human beings become demons not because they are influenced by demons, but because they themselves don't know how to work on the deeper wounds. So even people are at fault for their own weaknesses of not choosing to explore beneath the surface of themselves. Demons aren't the explanation for the whole world. Souls in weakness and not choosing to discover themselves are more of the explanation of the entire world than anything else. We either choose a world of love or we choose a world of fear. And we hide within ourselves and we react negatively when deep down inside we actually have a wound we aren't big enough, we're not strong enough to face. And that's kind of pathetic. We got to start facing our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities on the inside and stop blaming everybody else for everything. Now we start wars because we want to put blame. Now we start killing each other. Now we have today. And today needs to be love. Today needs to not be this craziness. So, back to the conversation. So you feel weird energies, you hear, you have voices in your head, and you can just tune it out. Just instantly, I don't hear that, and you focus on something else. The problem is, if you're a human being who is curious, you'll start interacting with those voices, you'll start developing a relationship with those voices, next thing you know, something has happened. Now you have an energetic connection, and they're not being like they said they were. They're starting to not be love like they said they were. You can still instantly say, you know what, I thought you were my friend, you're not my friend, bam. Create a wall and block them off. That's not you putting yourself in a wall, that's you just blocking them out. They don't have a right to talk to you that way. They don't have a right to treat you that way. It's just like you have a friend, 5 years later, you discover they kind of did something really jacked up, and that's not a reflection of a friend, and it's time to move on now. Would you just let that friend be a jabberwocky nightmare in your life, jerk off, telling you things, threatening your life, making it hard for you to sleep? Would you just put up with that crap, or would you shut the door in their face and say, get the fuck away from me? Why are you not doing that with the spirit realm? Because you can do that with spirit realm too. You can totally block the spirit realm out. You can actually turn off your psychic ability, which is what a lot of human beings do on this planet and don't even realize it. They all turn off their psychic ability. And then they wonder, why they're having demonic energies, having interactions with them. And they don't even think they're psychic. They feel like they're a weak victim. This whole world is inspiring weakness. Think that you are weak. Do not discover the power that you are. Do not be the light that you are. And people don't really get it. I don't know why people don't get it yet. Why are you not getting it? What are you not getting about the light that you are? Do you know that you are made out of light? What are you made out of? What are you made out of? Are you a human being? Are you light? Are you an angel? Are you a demon? Are you a jerk? Are you weak? Are you scared? What are you? Are you a human being? Because you could define yourself, I am weak. Well, I thought you were a human being, so how can you be weak? Oh, well, I'm kind of a weak human being. So you're a human being and you are weak. Well, I'm also kind of scared. So are you conscious, the energetic consciousness of I am scared? Or are you a physical human being? Or are you now three things? Energetic consciousness of I am scared, energetic consciousness of I am weak, actual energy body that you are fitting yourself into that says I am scared, I am weak, and then a physical body that says I am human. So now you're all these bodies, and now you have defined your truth by this program that you just manifested for yourself. You have manifested the program that I am human, I am weak, and I am scared. Well, you got to stop that program. Now you wonder why you're having this problem. All right, so don't be scared, all right? There's nothing to be afraid of. Intimidation is what the tactic is here. Intimidation is the tactic. Always used. Intimidation is the tactic. And then intimidation comes in the form of, if you get help, ... I will whatever. Make your life a living hell if you get help. That's not acceptable. That's not a friend. That's threatening. That's rude. I'm going to shut the door in your face. Get the fuck away from me. That's what the response is to that. So I'm going to pause for a moment here. There's the ignore option, okay? The ignore option. There's the option of, wow, I guess that demon was actually kind of me. It was actually a reflection of a wound inside of myself, and I do remember that time when, and it is, I thought that I had moved on from that, but my body is saying I did not. So I need to honor my body, and I need to pay attention to what this is about and actually fill myself with love. Fill myself with love in order to heal the wound on the inside. Because the wound is now projecting outwardly as a demonic force, a demonic consciousness. Is it actually a demon? Is it actually a soul? Or is it actually a painful, festering wound? It's kind of crazy because painful, festering wounds do have consciousness. Your tongue has a consciousness. Your eyeball has a consciousness. Is it have a spirit out there in the infinite universe? It's the weirdest part about it. Each cell in your body has a consciousness. So if it has a consciousness, it can also have a spiritual identity too. It's just like every rock, every blade of grass, every tree, every star has a consciousness. Everything is alive with consciousness. Everything. That's how infinite the universe is. Try to figure out how many consciousnesses that would be just on our planet alone. How many particles of air are just in our atmosphere alone? How infinite is this universe? It's ridiculously infinite. So, the fact that an entire infinite universe is not attacking you right now, and only maybe 5 entities, 5 consciousnesses in an entire infinite universe are attacking you. So, okay, why is that? Why is it just 5 and not 999 trillion, 909? Like, why are you not just getting pulverized by like infinite numbers of dark souls? Because you're protected. Because you're always protected. You're always in the now. You're always in the balance. You're always in the light of all. But for some reason, there's some relationship you have with these ones. And either A, you say, no, get the hell away from me. Ignore. Or B, you say, what is going on within me that is manifesting what is outside of me? You heal the inside of internal wounds. Or C, this is another option. You can actually approach what is attacking you. Usually people in these situations, they know what it looks like. They might even have a name for it. Usually they can describe, it feels like this. It looks like this. It's shadowy. It's a giant wolf. It's a snake with 5 eyeballs. It's an actual person. I swear to God, it's my neighbor. You can handle this. You actually got this thing. Whether it's a demon or it's a human being with a really dark spirit that's bothering you, they don't have power over you. Curses do not have power over anybody. Curses don't work, period. Curses are pathetic. Curses are souls being crybabies and wanting the rest of the world to feel as terrible as they do. That's really sad. You need to work on love. You need to work on getting your shit together and stop being a freaking baby. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of those reactions because people do stuff like that, and curses have no power unless you allow them in. And now you believe it, and now you're manipulated by it, and now you're having panic attacks, anxiety attacks, you can't sleep at night, and your life is going to hell. Because you are manifesting the hell by believing in the hell. So stop it. There is only love, and you are the love, okay? You are the love. You are the light. You are the power. You are the infinite. You are not stuck. You are not weak. You are not a pathetic person. You are not a fearful human being. Because you're going to face your fears, right? You got to face your fears to go look at the 5-eyed snake and actually just go. I've got a video out there about developing the third eye. You actually see your attacker in your third eye. You feel your energy feet in your third eye space, in the space, and you walk towards the attacker in the space. You see it? Okay. Now you say, "Aw, you're a cute little snake. Aw, you're adorable. I love you. I love you. I love you so much that I would fill your heart with infinite love. When I look at you, I do not see a scary, threatening snake. I actually see a very sad soul, a baby, an innocent baby that was thrown in a dumpster and not loved. It died in a dumpster, screaming for somebody to help, and nobody came for you. But I care about you, and I'm not going to judge you for your actions or your choices, because I know they stem from a root place of severe and ultimate pain, a pain that I too have felt in my own life, as all human beings carry pain as well. But we're not going to carry the pain anymore, because I'm going to transform you, and that releases the burden of pain from all the souls on this planet. So if I can transform you today, now you can feel better, I can feel better, and all human beings can feel better. You'll start to see this snake like becoming thinner, turning into light, starting to evaporate, going away, and you'll start to feel a burden lifted. You just passed the class. You just did it. You just did exactly what I do. I do a little bit more intensively than that, but for just an everyday person trying to fix this issue, this helps. This technique helps. You are psychic. A lot of human beings turn off their psychic ability. For some reason, we all do. I did. I always had my psychic ability, just didn't think I was psychic for the longest time. And once you discover, wow, I guess I was psychic all along, then you start to develop your abilities. Then you start to become somebody, and now you can start helping people like I am. You can start helping people find out the truth about the spirit realm. Because I can go into the spirit realm and I can look into the heart of any spirit that visits me, and I can see the balance of love or not love. And I can help those souls actually heal. I can help those souls with their own past life traumas, so we can release those into the light so they can move on from here to the next thing. And if I'm visiting with those souls, it's because it's time, because it's meant to be, because their soul has endured the lesson, and now the lesson is complete. And now it is time for them to move on to the next thing. We gotta help each other. Demons are our soulmates too. They really are our soulmates too, and we need to help them. Just like we need to help the human beings that are broken-hearted as well. It's a difficult world because a lot of human beings aren't willing to go beneath the surface of their behaviors and ask the question, why? Why am I going to the bar at 5 o'clock every day after work? Well, because I need to, because it heals me, because I want to talk to my friends, because I don't want to go home right away, because of all this. No, but truly, what is this actually manifesting? How is this manifesting growth and expansion? Some people would say that it is. Therefore, they'll continue the experience. There's nothing wrong with that experience. It's an experience. But beneath that experience, there's more to discover. There is so much more to discover. Beneath our choices. Is it demonic for people to choose alcohol? No, it's a choice. Their soul is choosing to be a demon or not be a demon. Is drinking alcohol a demonic choice? Some people would say no. I have a right to have a bottle of wine every night if I want to have a bottle of wine. I have a right to go party my ass off on St. Paddy's Day. I have a right to puke my guts out at 5 a.m. in the morning if I want to. It's my life. It's my choice. It's my experience. Then it is. So we either choose to get to beneath the surface of our choices and see what the balance is, choose to continue or not continue. There's nothing wrong with choosing to become a drug addict, choosing to become a murderer. But maybe there is something about choosing what we would define as love or not love. Because in the end, life is about choices of love or not love. And with demons, it's a choice about love or not love. And with the human being who has experienced the demonic experience, it's a choice about love or not love. So we have the ignore option, okay? You can just totally block it out and just turn off your psychic ability like everybody else. You can just turn off the psychic ability like everybody else. Because the moment you say, I'm hearing, spirits talking to me and this has happened, well, you're psychic. That's pretty cool, right? So if you don't want it, just turn off your psychic ability. Or if you want to keep your psychic ability and you want to try to do this in some more profound way, then you have to start developing your gift, your psychic gift. Every experience is different. Every experience is totally different. I won't know what your experience is about until I go in and do the journey work. So if you get a session with me, it's a demonic possession session with me, myself and my friend Joseph Bradley, we both do the work together. It's helpful as a spiritual healer to have two spiritual healers help instead of just one, because usually those types of sessions could be really taxing on me energetically, so it sort of balances out the experience. Plus it's kind of like an extermination, so we both go in and do journey work to help remove the spiritual attachments, get to know why they're there or whatever wisdom is to be shared, go into past lives that may be manifesting the experience, rebalance your ego, rebalance your mental emotional body, remove all the energetic imbalances that are going on. We do all that kind of stuff in a single session, and I'm telling you, it works. It works, profoundly works well, and we do it as a high priority. So anybody who is going through this experience, it's hard, it's difficult, it's scary, and so we're there for you. But if you're wanting to try this out for yourself, okay, the ignore button, turn your psychic senses off. You can learn how to turn them on and off at any time. You can learn how to talk to angels, actual reflections of love, or ignore reflections that are not treating you with a balanced energy, with real love. You can do that. You can discover the wound within yourself and heal it. You can share the light with the evil spirit. So you're going to have to be strong. Even if it happens in the middle of the night, you need to wake up and you need to go into the third eye space. You need to face the fear, fearlessly face the fear, and you need to step towards it. It's going to try and get scarier, but it's not going to be able to stay scarier. Because you hold the power, you hold the light, you hold the key, and it will be intimidated by you when you walk towards it and touch its heart, because you're starting to realize it was a dumpster baby crying for help all along. Now, the next thing, there's another option you can choose, okay? The next option you can choose is to discover you are the light. So you don't have to project the light outwardly. It's kind of like mixing the heal the internal wound and projecting the light outwardly. You do both simultaneously. You discover you are the light. So you turn on the light bulb that you are, and then you expand the light outward. So how do you do that? I'm inhaling light right now. Visualizing, I am breathing in light. Breathing in light. Breathing in light, you actually inhale the light and you feel the light becoming your skin. You're starting to glow. You're starting to expand. You're starting to become a really bright star in the sky. You're filling your heart. You're experiencing the infinite light, the infinite love all around you. You're filling your heart. You are expanding it outward, and you are expanding it outward so you can envelop anything that around you that is not the light, so you can welcome it into the light that you are and help it transform in the light. We have to transform the darkness so all the hearts here on our planet can find relief. Because the more demons we transform in the light, the more all the human beings, all the souls here can find relief. Because the reason why demons are here is because of thousands of years of really jacked up behaviors and really jacked up things that souls have endured on this planet, transform souls into demons, incarnate human demons and actual spiritual demons. And we have to continue to transform the fear, the demonic fear, the broken, the dumpster baby. We have to work on transforming that into light. No matter what, we have to keep saying, I am the light. Feel the feet firmly beneath you and say, I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. And now expand the light around. Fill them with light in their hearts. Fill them with your infinite light. Are you scared to share your love with somebody? Actually, and as a human being, are you afraid to share your love with another human being? Because you need to work on sharing love, no matter who it is, no matter what the situation is. I too have to deal with human beings that are challenging to share love with, but you have to keep focusing on realizing that we are all hurting here. We're all hurting in different ways, and our hurts manifest behaviors that are not acceptable. But we have to keep, if we can be strong enough to overcome the behavior, the reaction behavior, without going deep beneath the surface to understand why we are reacting like that. If we are big enough to go beneath the surface to find the love that we are, it's because we're powerful souls. It's not because we're weak, young souls that don't know any better. We are powerful, ancient, old souls, and we have gotten it figured out, and we need to help those souls. We need to help the souls in the human bodies. We need to help the souls that are in the spiritual bodies. We need to help the alien beings that also have forgotten love as well, because some alien beings are not incarnate in a state where love is their balance. Some alien beings aren't, and we can help them feel better too. The fascinating thing about alien beings and living in a higher dimensional reality, and now they're invisible and we're in a physical world, they're just like angels. They're just like spirits. They're just in an incarnate consciousness at a different dimensional frequency. And yes, they can be transformed in the light just like demons. They can. They actually can ingest love into their totality, into their biology, into their consciousness, definition of consciousness, and it can be absorbed inside of them, and they can transform into light. We can change the world with love. Your demonic experience is an opportunity, a blessing for you to discover your power with love. The power of love that you are. I've had these experiences. I don't enjoy them either. But I have become powerful because of those experiences, and now I can relate to other people who have the experiences, and I'm getting so used to this. It's not a scary thing for me. It's an understanding thing for me, and I'm here to help. That's what it's like for me. I'm here to help people get through this thing, okay? Because you're not alone. If you don't know how to do it yourself, I can help you, okay? Myself and Joseph would be honored to help you. Our souls came here to help other souls with these types of issues so that we can help humanity ascend. We are just one part of the solution. There's lots and lots of souls out there who can help. We're part of the solution. This world likes to create a lot of noise that it's going into ruin and chaos and yada yada. It doesn't like to create a lot of noise about the love. It doesn't like to create a lot of noise about all the ancient and beautiful, extraordinary souls out there that have a helping hand to help demons transform into light, to help human beings, help alien beings, to help. Because we're all a part of this together. We're all part of this together, and we can get through this together, okay? So I'm just going to pause here. I didn't mean for this to be so long, but this is important. I have a lot to say on this topic. That's all I'm going to share for this video. I hope that this is inspiring. I hope this gives you a new perspective on demons, negative entities, anything that's out there that is, Hollywood celebrities are all possessed by demons. Politics is all demonic. The whole world is full of demons. Everybody has parasites and hitchhikers and negative entities, and we're all fucked. It's just like, God, what do you know about the spirit realm? If you're here sharing wisdom to make everybody afraid, make everybody want to give up, make everybody see that there's no hope because that's your perspective. And human beings are very vulnerable to fear-based wisdom. They're vulnerable to attaching themselves to fear-based wisdom. Human beings are vulnerable to pushing away love wisdom. Human beings don't want to believe that we have the power to transform demons, because if we have the power to transform demons, what does that mean? They don't want anything to do with this kind of conversation. It's too much for their heads. They're not ready yet. What's beneath the surface of that behavior? What is beneath the surface of that behavior? Somebody who doesn't want to expand. Somebody who's manipulated into a box and is safer in their little tiny house where they can just believe some other professional on YouTube talking about negative entities, but not actually talking about the value of their hearts, the value of their souls. Negative entities have value. And this video, it's got to be possessed. All right. It's not going to catch up with me. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm just going to talk. My mouth and my voice are not going to match up, so whatever. I ignore. Okay, anyway, this is my video. Don't be afraid. Negative entities, demons, their beautiful consciousness that needs to be reminded of heaven, and you're the lucky one to remind them. You're the gorgeous, extraordinary, beautiful soul with the infinite power and the infinite light to truly transform the lives, the souls, the soul journey, the experience of those consciousnesses that have been broken. You know what sadness feels like. We're human beings. We all know what sadness feels like. So we can relate. We aren't the souls that want to take other people's lives because we know better than that, because that's not our choice. We know what love is. We know the value of love, and we're not in a twisted version of love. So we need to help remind them of what heaven feels like, help them release shame, help them find the love inside their heart, help them find the balance. The demons we can do this with. We can do this with humans, we can do this with alien beings. All right, so all I'm going to say, thank you so much for watching my video. If you are needing some assistance with demons, psychic attack, negative entity type experiences, I would be delighted to help you. My friend Joseph and I, we both do our own session. It's approximately 60 minutes, 45 to 60 minutes, whenever spirit completes the work. And we do it as a high priority. And we both do it together. We've both been kind of on trips right now, but usually we do it at the exact same time, and it's sort of like an extermination type of journey experience, and it's effective. It does make a difference because energy works. Demons are energy. The emotional response, the anxiety, the mental anguish, the inability to sleep at night, that's energy as well. And we can transform that energy from fear into love, into empowerment, into discovery, self-discovery. It's a very valuable gift you can give to yourself. And we both create a video that you'll be able to keep and watch and re-listen to as often as you want. So if you're interested in a session, okay, said it. Please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helps you out, and I wish you a wonderful day.